It's been said that if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And a lot of people spend their life getting the same results over and over and over. The same patterns in relationships, the same triggers, the same insecurities, the same stress, worry, and fear. And it's not a character flaw, it's a cycle. It's the cycle of programming. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And the cycle starts with inherited stories. Those stories become adopted beliefs. Those beliefs become conditioned behaviors. Behaviors create experiences, and our experiences become our life. And eventually, our life becomes the evidence that the story was true all along. The fact is, almost any story would have become true. So, here's an example of what that actually looks like. So think about a young person who grows up hearing from someone who's coming from a place of insecurity or scarcity. And maybe that adult says, people like us don't do things like that. Now that young person doesn't question it. They're too young to question it, so they absorb it. And imagine 20 years later, they're sitting in a meeting with an idea that can make a big impact, but they don't speak. It's not because they lack the ability, it's because somewhere underneath a story is still running. That's the cycle of programming in motion. The story became a belief, the belief became a behavior, the behavior created experiences, and experiences become our life. And their life became the proof that that story was true. And most people never see it happening because when we're living inside the cycle, it doesn't feel like a cycle. It feels like reality. Think about the successful entrepreneur who grew up watching their family struggle, and they told themselves, "I'll never live like that." And they didn't. They built something real. But somewhere underneath that success, a story is still running. And that story sounds like, what if something goes wrong? What if I lose it all? What if I end up back where I started? And so they work and they plan and they prepare. And many of them haven't been fully present through an entire dinner with their family in years. Their mind is always somewhere else, always solving tomorrow, always carrying something that they can't put down. And our society, some of us, we call it drive, or we call it, well, that's just the way I am. No, it's the cycle of programming running. And it's what makes this both difficult and hopeful at the same time, because the cycle isn't permanent, it's just unexamined. And the moment it gets examined, something begins to release. Because the story was never true, it was just unquestioned. And that story loses its power once it's seen clearly. We've all been living inside stories we never consciously chose. The patterns aren't you. The triggers aren't you. The ceilings aren't you. They're all the cycle of programming, and the cycle can change because almost any story would have become true, which means a new story can too.